Hello and welcome to the deal space. It was an exciting week today with a lot of deals in focus. We have with us Malvika Joshi, who's going to tell us more about the JSW Energy's acquisition of the hydro assets of JP Power after the deal with Reliance Power got called off. Hi Malvika, that was the biggest news this week with the deal getting called off. This is the second time JP's hydropower assets deal got called off, and this time it was with Reliance Power. And now JSW Energy has come into the fray. Can you tell us more about this deal and what does it mean for the power space?
We hope that this deal goes through since this is the third time that JP Power is announcing the sale of its three good hydro assets, as we hear from a lot of analysts. So on Thursday evening, Sajjan Jindal controlled JSW Energy said that they would be acquiring these three hydropower assets called Karchamwang 2, Baspa 2 and Vishnu Prayag hydropower asset in Uttarakhand. It's a definitive agreement that they have signed, which was also the case when back in March, Taka had signed an agreement to buy this and had to pay a breakaway fee of 9 million for backing out for the reasons we really do not know. However, in case of Reliance Power, it was not really a binding agreement. The interesting thing to see over here is how JSW Energy will acquire all these three assets, because Reliance Power had put up a valuation of about 12,000 crores, which is, since this is the third time they are announcing the deal, it has to be definitely lower than that. But again, JSW as a group is highly leveraged. It has got about 44,800, more than that, crore of debt. So, I mean, they'll definitely find it difficult to raise that kind of funding if they are doing an all-cash deal, which is very unlikely. Again, we are already seeing that JSW Steel, which is also part of the group, is doing a lot of acquisitions, which are, these transactions are mainly slum sale transactions. So we really do not know what kind of appetite they'll have for this asset, but we certainly hope that this time around the sale really happens.
Thanks, Malika. Definitely investors will be in a wait and watch mode to see if this deal goes through, because it's the third time. Also, in another development, Ratnakar Bank is coming out with an initial public offering. Can you tell us more about the same?
Sure. So Ratnakar Bank, as you know, they've got an excellent management team, and there is a lot of requirement for capitalization in the Indian banking system. So they have they have recently hired about 4 investment banks, namely Kotak, Citi, Morgan Stanley, and Stanchart, to handle the issue. We hear that they are looking to file the documents with the market regulator sometime in October itself, and they might come out with their initial public offer in March. They're planning to raise about 1,200 odd crores with 10% equity dilution. So we believe that if the markets maintain the current momentum, the IPO should certainly receive a pretty good response. And as we hear about, it should be subscribed 20 to 30 times.
Thank you, Malvika. In the technology space, Yahoo has acquired Bookpad. We have with us Ashna for the same. Hi Ashna, can you tell us more about this deal?
Hi Krishna. After Google and Facebook, Yahoo has made its first acquisition in India, that of a startup called Bookpad, which allows users to view and edit documents online for a transaction value of roughly 50 crore. And with this acquisition, the Bookpad team and technology will be a part of Yahoo. And as per the sources, Bookpad was looking at angel investment and almost finalized a deal with an angel group. However, Yahoo seemed to have offered them a better deal than the investors. So this acquisition actually took place.
Ashna, in another development, Rahul Khanna of Kanan Partners has started a venture debt fund. Can you tell us more about the same?
Yeah, so Rahul Khanna is the managing director of Kanan Partners and is all set to launch a venture debt fund by the end of next quarter. So a venture debt fund is typically a little different from the way other private equity and venture capital investments go. So venture debt is nothing but a structured finance deal by which a venture debt investor provides a debt to a company which has already raised equity, and the venture debt investor has an option of converting the warrants into equity after the company has reached a particular threshold. So in India, with this fund coming in, it's the first alternate investment fund. Others that have been doing this have been NBFCs.
Thank you, Ashna. In another development, Everstone Private Equity Fund has invested in Cinemasia. We have with us Pooja Sarkar for the same. Hi, Pooja. Can you tell us more about the Everstone and Cinemasia deal?
Hi Krishna. So Everstone Capital, which is a private equity fund, is trying to tie up with Shravan Shroff, who used to own Fame India Limited, which was a listed company, and Pramod Arora, who was the group president of PVR Limited, which was the largest cinema multiplex player in India, has also quit his job and will be part of this venture. So Shravan Shroff, Pramod Arora, and Everstone Capital put together will form Cinemasia, which will look at not only the multiplex space but also towards production, distribution, and in the digital media space, the entire media and entertainment space.
Pooja, from the retail space, Aditya Birla Retail is looking to raise money from the private equity investor. What is happening there? Can you tell us more about the same?
So Aditya Birla Retail is looking to raise around 400 to 500 million dollars against 30% or 30 to 35% stake sale from private equity funds like L Capital Asia, which is the private equity fund of Louis Vuitton, and IFC International Finance Corporation, and these funds are in talks with them, as we understand. Interestingly, 2 years back, Aditya Birla Retail was looking to raise around 700 to 800 million dollars against the entire company, but now they are looking to raise around 300 to 400 million dollars again for 30% stake. So obviously, we can see over the last 2 years, valuation of the company has gone up significantly. The transaction would take time to close. It is not closing in a hurry, and more funds are trying to get into the race for the transaction.
Thanks, Pooja. That is all for the private equity deal space. Thank you, and stay tuned to livemint.com for more updates.